make a deal soon. Nah, I went looking for trouble. Found nothing I didn't like. I went looking for trouble.
Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Welcome to another edition, another episode of Leaders Lead, Winners Win. I'm your host. My name's Cody Adams. I'm going to jump right into it. We read some analytics. A lot of you guys are busy, and over the first 4 minutes, you want to see value to continue to listen. So I'm going to jump really right into it, and I'm going to talk to two different groups of people today, and I hope both of you listen. I'm going to give you some advice. The first group I'm going to speak to is real estate agents and realtors. And I'm not here to bash you or talk about you or whatever the case is. I'm going to give you some tips and some tricks and some advice moving forward 2024 and beyond with the NAR settlement, with where I think real estate's going to be, what I think is going to happen moving forward, because we just had the largest, most significant nodal event in real estate and realtor history. I want to talk about it, and I want to give you advice so that you can win more in 2024. I'm also going to speak to the loves of my life, loan officers, brokers specifically, and I'm going to give you some advice and talk a little bit about our company and what you can expect, assuming that you would like to come work at Kinfolk Home Loans and be in the trenches, getting your elbows dirty, getting your some grease under your fingernails with me here in Phoenix, Arizona. So the first thing that I want to talk about and really go through is talk with you, the realtors. Look, we have an incredible network of realtors that we work with that are full-timers, that are full-ass, not half-ass, that really, truly identify themselves as professionals. This is what they do. This is who they are. This is their career, their chosen path of how they're going to generate wealth and income for themselves, for their family, and beyond. And I love you people. I really do. It's a blessing and an honor to work alongside you in the real estate and home buying transactions. It really is. I love the buyer's side agent, and that's what I'm here, or who I'm here to talk to, because the seller agent, even though you can be both, which I think the group should always strive to be, both seller and buyer, the settlement, the legislation that was just passed really affects the buyer side. So I do love our group. I do love our network. And let me get right into it. Number one is that I think about, or the first thing I think about, is a lot of the half-ass people and the half-timers are gone. It's an unbelievably great thing that just happened for you, the professional, the identity riddled, I'm a realtor for the rest of my life, the people that are foundationally real estate agents. It is a great thing for you, because a lot of folks are going to get out of the game. They can't provide enough value. They don't shoulder enough on the back end to really show why the seller agent, I should say now, or the buyer should pay them a flat fee, an hourly rate, or get some sort of loan proceeds. It's really awesome. I think it's incredible. I've dealt a lot with part-timers. I'm not a huge fan. You've probably known this if you follow me on Instagram or here or wherever. Again, thank you for watching any platform. I appreciate the hell out of you. But it's a great thing for those folks that are going to be here long term. You know, the settlement was $415 million and so on and so forth, and all this other thing is going to go here, and there. And really what happened and what's been going on the old way, if you don't know, and you're maybe someone just watching, is the old way of selling things is the seller. If I was selling my house, I've sold two in the past, I think 3 or 4 years. The seller, me, I had to pay 6%, 3% to the buyer agent, and 3% to the seller agent. And on a $500,000 or a $600,000 house, you're looking at, well, mine was $1 million. It was $60,000. I sold my house for $1 million. I paid $60,000 in fees just to sell it. Is that insane? You can do the math on 500 or 600K, but mine was a little over $1 million. Paid $60,000. And they didn't do much, with all due respect, to selling or buying the place. They went on MLS. They came over. We didn't even hold a open house, and they just came in and I made an offer, and it was a great offer that I couldn't refuse. And we took it, and they did some paperwork. I know that realtors, you do a lot. I'm just kind of joking, but 6% is a lot. The new way of going through things, how things are going to work, there's a few different options. Number one, there's no more 6% the seller's paying. That's not how it works. Now, the seller agent can make up to 6% and make a decision to pay the buying agent up to 3% and split it like the days of old. However, what I think is going to happen is a few things. Number one, the seller is going to pay the selling agent 3%. Okay, period. And the buyer, the person that's purchasing a house, is going to have to figure out how they are going to pay their real estate agent representing them inside of the transaction. It's just how things are going to work, in my opinion. Now, with that being said, this completely creates opportunity for transparency. Because remember, where there's mystery, there's margin, right? There's no mystery here. There's no arbitrage. It is what it is. If you'd like to be the buying agent on my side representing me on buying this home, you're going to make X and I'm going to pay you X one way or another. This is how it's going to go. It's not, well, how much are you making? I can't tell you how many phone calls or conversations I've had where the buyer that I'm representing or that I've sent to maybe said, a real estate agent's like, that person made how much? Holy shit. On just representing me because you sent me to them and they know you. Yeah, they made $13,000 or $17,000 or $42,000 on the whatever it might be, depending on obviously the purchase price. They were astonished, but there's no more mystery. There's no more margin that you can hide. There's no more arbitrage. The curtain is completely been torn down. Now, with that being said, realtors, the ones that are sticking it through, the pros, the people that understand they're going to both represent seller and buyer. Hear me out. Hear me out. Let me give you some advice. First thing I'll tell you. Boy, oh boy, you need to pull out the red carpet and all the stops. A white glove, concierge type realtor or real estate brokerage or experience is what you should provide to your clients. Every client, not just some, not just a few, all of them. Because your client, based off of the value that you provide, and I'll give you some examples, is going to justify how much money they're paying you. So for example, you want that age-old 3% on $1 million purchase. You want that $30,000. You best be rolling out the red carpet. Well, Cody, how would you roll out the red carpet if you want that commission that you're used to making because you're sticking in this because this is your identity? Well, let me tell you what I would do. What I would do is I would create a list of homes that my buyer wanted to look at. I would get a day with him and his significant other, or her and her significant other, or maybe their family. I would map out where on a Saturday, assuming that everyone's available, and I would confer and communicate that, I'd map out how to get around and make a big old loop right back to their house. I would pick them up in a black Suburban or Cadillac Escalade. I don't even care. You can go to Toro and make one. You're going to make $30,000 on this thing. I'd pick them up with some champagne. I'd give them an itinerary. I would already know what kind of music that they listen to. I'd maybe have some snacks inside the car, and I would take them on a first-class route and a home buying tour. That's the first thing I would do, okay? I would over-communicate. I would make this a beautiful, memorable, remarkable, mesmerizing experience. Not only to get paid what you should be getting paid, 2, to make a memory, 3, for them to send friends and family and you to create a name for yourself because nobody else is doing that shit. And again, it takes a little bit of money to make a little bit of money. Scared money don't make money. But that's how you provide value. The second thing that I would do, and probably the most important, in my opinion, is I would work with a broker. Shameless plug. For the same exact loan that a retail bank like Quicken Loans or Loan Depot or any of these are just some awards I put out here for you guys to know that I'm not some half-asser or some bullshitter. I own a mortgage company, and I've been doing this a decade, and I'm pretty good at it. Humbly. For the same exact interest rate that said retail bank gives somebody, I can give them the same rate, but save them upwards of $7,000 in closing costs. So let me give you an example. Retail bank, let's just call them that. It's a $400,000 purchase price. The interest rate is 6.5%, okay? The mortgage payment is $2,530, and they're putting down 5%. For those folks that are out there, 5% of $400K is $20,000. So that is their down payment. They have to put that down no matter what happens. That's part of the program, okay? Closing costs is on top of that. So let's say that retail lender A, they had $10,000 of closing costs, whether that be points, title work, escrow, whatever it is, $10,000. So your client, if you don't work with a broker, is going to bring $30,000 to the closing table to get the home that you showed them. That's through a retail bank or retail lender. Through Kinfolk Home Loans, okay, same exact scenario, $400K, 6.5% interest rate, $2,530 payment, okay? Principal, interest, PMI, everything, all in. Not tax and insurance, that varies, right? My closing costs are $7,000 less. Have to bring the $20K down, it's 5%, plus $3,000. Your client can bring $23,000 to the closing table with us, or $30,000 to the closing table with them. You might be thinking, well, Cody, no shit, I get it. That's $7,000 that we're saving them from the retail lender because we're just better and we're cheaper and we do a better job. That $7,000 can be your commission. You ever think about that? Isn't that crazy, right? I'm saving you $7,000 here by just using me. Instead of your client worrying, oh shit, I have to pay $30,000 and I got to pay my realtor $7,000-$10,000 just for them to sell it because the selling agent's not giving any play. Shit, why not pay $30,000 here? 23 goes to the down payment and the closing costs. $7,000 goes to my broker. I'm out $30,000 here instead of $37,000 here. Do you get the math? Hopefully you get the math, because the number one thing that you can do as a real estate agent on the buyer side is get your client a better deal. And most of that comes from working with brokers like me and brokers around the country instead of a retail lender. So again, number one, give them a first-class experience. Show them your value no matter what. Number two, work with a broker. Number three, I want to share with you some advice. Every dollar that you get in seller concessions, I don't care, it's a buyer market, it's a seller's market, seller concessions, overpriced, Shut up. Listen to me. Every dollar that you get in seller concession is one less dollar that goes towards closing costs. It's one less dollar that your client doesn't have to bring out of pocket and bring to the closing table. So every seller concession, every dollar that you get is $1 that you can pay yourself through the transaction in one fashion or another. So give them a first-class experience, work with a mortgage broker, and then the trifecta, get your seller and your seller agent to give you concessions so that you can make the loan free and they can pay you what you deserve to get paid because you're a badass, top-notch realtor. I really, really hope that helps. I hope I illustrated that in the right way. I appreciate and love you guys. I really do. My realtor, especially the badass ones. Make it your identity and kick ass, okay? All right, let's switch gears here. Switch gears a little bit, okay? That was Realtors. I appreciate you hearing me rant. Hopefully that advice worked. But I do want to talk to my boys and girls, the people that I've had the honor and pleasure of leading for 10 years, the people that are out here each and every day that work at Kinfolk Home Loans, the folks that are on the fence right now that are going to listen to this and say, you know what, I'm going to come over, the people that are going to listen to this in 10 years and say, you know what, that motherfucker was right the entire time. I appreciate you. Remember, it's March 19th, 2024. This is going to be out there forever. I want to share a few things with you loan officers, okay? There's a lot of you folks that are either out of the industry or you're in the industry and you're working for a retail lender and you're sick of the bullshit. And I want to share a few things with you about Kinfolk Home Loans and maybe one, give you some advice, but then two, clear up anything that you might have questions about in hopes really that you understand fully, one, what you're getting into when you come here, okay? Two, what you could potentially be getting into if you interview here. And then three, if you got friends or family that are in the Phoenix general area, because everyone comes into the office, this is how we do it, and we'll get into that, that wants to be a loan officer and wants to be a part of something special and part of something bigger than them, I want you to understand all of these things. I want to go through these things. And really, I'm going to highlight three different parts of our business, okay? The first one is culture. Culture is not left to chance. Culture is something you do with your team, not to your team. Culture is not pizza and fucking candy and birthday songs. It's about actually caring about your people, having a vision, a mission, core values, standards, the people around you, the camaraderie, the swag, the sales scripts, all of it. It's all encompassing. I've had the pleasure, I don't know why, God bless me, thank you. God bless me with great people in my life and some sort of vision and ability to create a badass culture. I don't know what it is. It's great. I love it. Thank you, God. Because without it, we would not be where we are. Without it, I would not be in front of you. Without it, we would not have the things that we have. And I couldn't be more grateful. But there's things that you have to look at. And if I'm a loan officer getting away from maybe a medical device sales, or you're selling crypto, or you're selling gold, or you're doing life insurance, or whatever the case is, or you're somebody that's at a retail bank, or maybe a different brokerage, you want to get the fuck out of there because of one reason or another, and again, you want to come here, the first thing I need you to look at is their culture and our culture. Is what you're in right now versus what you could be in the future. Few things. Our vision here at Kinfolk Home Loans, our vision is to be the top #1 mortgage company and brokerage in the entire country. We're #1 in Arizona. We're in the top 10 in the U.S. right now. And I'm talking about closings per banker, families helped per loan officer, not volume and all this other BS. I'm talking about how many folks per loan officer have you helped? Last year we finished about 43, if I'm not mistaken, and we're on pace to do almost double that this year with a team of 12. Our goal is to get to 40 by the end of 2025, but we're only going to do that one great hire at a time, one great person. If they don't fit our culture, our vision, they're not coachable, they don't care, they're not charismatic, they don't stand for what we stand for in our 4 pillars, which I'll get to, then they can't work here, period. One bad hire equals one bad company, period. We're not doing it. But our vision's to be #1. Our vision's to create generational wealth for all of our loan officers. And our vision is to help Americans save money by going the economical route, leveraging us, closing faster, and having that human interaction so that our clients are happy and they leverage us and they use us again and again and again. They tell their friends and family we're their mortgage people for life. That's our vision. That's our mission. That is what we wake up and try and do every single day. And it's bigger than us. It's bigger than my commission check. It's bigger than working at home. It's bigger than a 401k. It's bigger than some random trip that you get and you may or may not get at the end of the year. It's bigger than some woke ideology that's getting pushed down on you. It's bigger than interest rates going up and going down and all this other stuff. This is what we do. We have 4 core values. Again, I'm talking about culture. That's the first thing you need to look at. Passion. I love this shit. #1, sincere candor. Can you tell the truth? Can you give feedback? We're going to give it to you. Can you give it to us? #2, unreasonable hospitality. Can you go above and beyond for your clients? Can you go above and beyond for your people, your your people, your brothers, your sisters, the people that you sit next to each and every day. Can you go above and beyond for me? Because I'm going to go above and beyond for you. Unreasonable hospitality, that no matter what, ups, downs, lefts, rights, you're hospitable, you care about your people, you care about your clients, you love them. Both. Unimpeachable character. Core pillar number 3. Pillar, 4 pillars. Strength. What do you do? What do you say when nobody's watching? Do you have discipline? Are you loyal? Do you pick your nose and flick it on the floor? Or do you take care of things as if it's your own? Right? Can I trust you with my spouse? Can you trust me with your spouse? Unimpeachable character. We need people that, even if they're in a rush, they run back and they make sure to take their shopping cart that they just loaded their groceries into their car. They take it all the way back, not to the little cart thing, not leave it on the curb. Unimpeachable character. I need you to take it all the way back into the store, into the corral, and put it back. Dude, when you're walking by, because you believe in having and living in a better place, do you pick up the trash and do you throw it away? Unimpeachable character. No matter what the conditions are, nobody can shake your character. And last but not least is competitive greatness. I need you to compete. I need you to come in here and compete with yourself every day. Be a self-starter. Be motivated, because motivation only lasts so long. We're going to inspire you. We're going to lead you. We're going to care about you. We're going to talk about your vision board. We're going to talk about your spouse. We're going to talk about your goals, so on and so forth. But can you compete day in and day out, not only against you, but against your peers? Do you have thick skin or thin skin? Are you able to actually go ahead and go through and have some shit talk to you, and can you talk shit back? And not only that, can you deliver upon the shit talking? Those are our 4 pillars. Do you have standards? Aside from the vision, the mission, the 4 core pillars, we have standards at our company. Our guys lost over 300 pounds in the last 12 months. We care about health. We care about your wealth. We care about how you treat your spouse. We have a vision and a mission to build men here. Men. And you could say, well, Cody, that's sexy. Look, I love women. But my goal, my vision, my heart is for men. Because I've been through some shit, and I want to teach them the shit that I've been through and how they don't need to replicate what I did. And all of our leadership team feels the exact same way. And you can say, well, that's sexist and DEI. Well, here's the deal. I don't see any guys working at Curves for women. You know what I'm saying? I'm a private company. I can hire who I would like to hire. And my heart right now is for men. And we're going to lead men, and we're going to create incredible men that are strong, that are going to uplift and get us out of this shithole economy, that are uplift and get us out of generational curses. We're going to uplift and get our family into a position that they wouldn't be without us, because we're the ones. We're the ones, the guys in our room, the guys in our new office. We just signed 5,500 square foot. We're recruiting heavy. The guys in our office are going to change the fucking world, period. You heard it here first. The people around us are incredible. Our culture, who they are, the different aspects they bring. You just got to see it in person. It's beautiful. So the first thing you got to look at is culture. That's just some of the culture. It's tip of the iceberg. If you know me, you know I'm pretty passionate about it, and you know I'm pretty good at it. The second thing you got to look at, if you're looking at making a move, okay, some advice. You can learn a lot. We've learned a lot from people before you. What we know is that your pay matters. Numbers of money follow, they don't lead. Well, you know what? That fucking saying doesn't pay my bills, okay? Getting paid $300-$400 alone when you're making fucking 15, 20 grand doesn't pay my fucking bills. We pay for all your lead flow. We pay for all your technology. We pay for all your licensing. We give you the playbook. We give you the tech. All we ask you to do is perform. And not only do we ask you to perform here at Kinfolk Home Loans, and again, we're not easy to work with, right? I might be one of the hardest people to work for and work with. Our leadership team is in general, maybe even here in general, because the people are so high level. But you're going to make the most money you've ever made. You are. Let me just share with you what our comp structure is. Right now, as it sits, March of 2024, when I'm recording this, as a broker coming in, you're making 100 basis points on every single loan that you close. Every single loan. We don't pay you more for a referral and less for this. We pay for 99% of the lead flow. We're going to pay you 100 basis points on every single loan that you close. And you get somewhere between 30 and 40 leads per day, by the way. Crazy, right? And we have many different types. It's not just triggers. We have all kinds of different lead flow that we leverage and use. We have an inbound and an outbound model. We have all different types of things. You're going to be in that position as a broker, and you're going to earn the next level, which is a senior broker. Our senior brokers earn 125 basis points each and every loan. There's only a few of them. And then the highest level that we have is 150 basis points. Our founding brokers. Only one senior broker gets the opportunity to present their case on why they should be a founding broker. It's a big deal. Now, remember, founding brokers has the same comp plan I have, 150 basis points. We keep our margin low, and we keep our expenses razor thin so that we can make sure to pay you more than anybody else. Our comp plan's the best in the country, hands down. And the one promise that I can make is we will never change those numbers on you. We'll never change them. You heard it here first on camera. We'll never change those numbers. You can change them by getting promoted, right? 100, 125 every year, 150. You can change them. You can also change them by getting demoted. Criteria is simple. You'll learn it when you get here. Simple. It's one thing. If you get demoted, it's your fault. Super easy, guys. It's not all over this and what's this and how much. It's the best comp plan in the country, and all you got to do is execute and make generational wealth. Again, we have high standards. We do have book goals. Our book goals are fairly high. We're going to hold you to those standards. You know what? We'd rather pull the leadership lever than some sort of comp plan lever to make you do more. We'd rather lead you with vigor and persistence and stress that we have to endure to get the best out of you and get you to places you never be. But you know what? That's our choice. We love it, and we're going to continue to do it that way. We will never change your comp plan. You'll learn a lot from the people before you, and the one thing that we learn, ladies and gentlemen, is simple. Simplify things. Make it easy. I think I just explained it pretty well. Number one. Number two, don't change comp plan according to you being a fucking fat cat. Rates going up, rates going down. You want to make more money. We are in the trenches with you every single day until we can't. You need to understand that, and I hope you do. Okay? You can't have a situation where if rates go up, then your how much you get paid goes down, and this and that. It's just not. It's not sustainable. We understand that. We're not trying to fit you in an income box like other companies are. We are trying to create something special for you and your family. And you got to realize, when you do better, we do better. Holy shit, there's something. If you close $10 million, I make $100,000 and you make $150,000 because our margin's so thin. Holy shit, that's pretty cool. I made $100,000 off of what you did, and you made $150,000 off of what you did as a founding broker. Isn't that crazy? I hope you see what we see. Number one, culture. Number two, pay, because pay matters. It pays the bills. Pay attention. Attention pays me, okay? And last but not least is leadership. You got to look at your leadership. I want you to think about your leaders right now, the people that you look up to, the people that lead you each and every day. Are they wishy-washy? Have they complained to you? They complain down? Maybe they don't even want to be in the role, but I got thrusted in the role. Here's what you get from our guys, okay? And here's some advice as you're looking into this. You need somebody that's steadfast, that's mature, that's been through some things. I can tell you, I've done it all. I've made all the mistakes in the world. There's not one person that's going to watch this that I used to lead that can't say that I'm not a different person. I'm a different person than I was 2 years ago, and I'm a different person every single minute that I'm living because I'm ever growing, and you're like a tree. You're either growing or you're dying. I choose the former to get better each and every day. And I promise that our leadership team, and Connor Cozen, our CFO, and Scott Kamara, who is our COO, and our VP of growth, which is Tomer Greenfeld. We also just hired somebody that is a big brand name. It's our VP of sales. He's coming here and moving all the way from Ohio. I can't release his name yet, but he's going to listen to this and said, I wish you would have released my name. He's moving his family from Ohio out here to be a part of something special. Our leaders are going to get better every day. We're steadfast. We're mature. We have perspective. We have empathy. We've gone through some shit. We've made mistakes. We've corrected those mistakes. We've plugged the holes in our boat, which is our character flaws and things that we've dealt with in the past, and we're moving forward. We're focused. We're dialed in. We know what the mission, the vision, and what our core pillars and core values are, and that's what leads us. we're coachable as you're going to be coachable. We're caring. We care about you. I think about this culture thing. I mean, we hang out all day. My friends are in this room. I love you. If you're watching this and you don't work for me, I love you. But I'm closer with these people than anybody else. I love these guys more than I love you. I care about them. I know their family. I know their friends. I know their spouses' names. I know their dogs' names. I know their kids' names. I know what they like, what they don't like, what they kind of sauce they put on. I know everything about these guys. They know everything about us because we give a platform and we talk as a group. And we'll always continue to do that. No matter how big we get, we're still a family because family comes first. And I challenge you as some advice. Go ask your leader, whoever is you're dealing with right now at a different brokerage or a retail shop, and go ask them what your spouse's name is. See what they say. I bet you they don't know it. Maybe your dog's name. What your goals are this year in 2024. I bet you they don't know. You'll come here and we sure will. Your leadership team will always be in a growth mindset. I promise you that. We'll always think long-term vision first. It's super important to us. We'll always think with the end in mind. We'll always make decisions for the greater good, not just ourselves selfishly or not just you, the individual, but the greater good of the entire company. We're growing super fast and we're gaining market share with inside of the broker world. We're top 25 in the country right now with inside of UWM. Like I said, we're top 10 technically in closings per loan officer and in the country. And we're number one in Arizona by a long shot. And again, the vision is to be number one in the entire country, but that doesn't work if all the stuff I said doesn't come true. 1, 2, I don't partner with great realtors. I talked to you realtors in the beginning of the show. Hopefully you're still listening and you're fired up. And it doesn't come, and we can't get there without people like you that are listening that believe in something, again, bigger than themselves and believe in me, believe in Kinfolk Home Loans, our brand, and help building that brand and enhancing our company. We need great realtors. We need great loan officers. We're going to marry the two. We're going to create an incredible experience for our borrowers, for our clients moving forward and be their mortgage guides for life by doing so. So I love you guys. I'm pretty passionate about this stuff, as you can see. If you have somebody in the real estate industry or in the mortgage industry that you think we should connect, put them at them in the comments below. Send them this. Subscribe, share the show. I'd appreciate it very, very, very much because we're trying to do something special. And again, it doesn't work without the people that are watching, not only this, but the people that we can bring into the organization. So anyways, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thanks for listening in, and we'll talk soon. See ya.